Well, hello my dear friends, Josie here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today's video is about foods that drain your energy. I've done a few videos on this subject and I'll put the links below if you want to watch them again. But just to sum it up, the sources of energy for us is the sun, water, air, and food. So if you feel depleted, if you feel tired, you may likely to go on a vacation to a warm country or a place where you can get a lot of sunlight and water, you can recharge. But let's talk about energy on a daily basis. For example, every day you get 10 units of energy. So about 40% of that amount goes towards your body just to keep you alive. The rest of the energy goes towards different things in your life, whether it's your job, it's your family, responsibilities, lifestyle. So when you're sleeping, you're not gaining energy, you're just not wasting. So that 10 units of energy, if you don't use them wisely, you get depleted. And food is by far the most important source of energy for us. It can actually deplete you, it can take away those precious units of energy that you have. Or it can add more to your life, to your well-being. So in this video, I want to share with you 4 foods that certainly are draining you of energy, that are depleting your sources, your natural sources of energy, and what you can do about it. So keep watching. First food I want to talk to you about is meat. Now here's a disclaimer, I'm not promoting or encouraging anyone to go vegan. I feel like the animals also on the other side understand that this is part of their life's purpose, is to serve as meat. However, I want you to be conscious when you eat meat. In today's world, most of the meat is pretty much commercial. Think of an animal as a living creature. Think of an animal produces fear. Think of an animal produces anxiety. When it feels safe and it feels nourished, it thrives. Right? When it lives in fear and disrespect, it feels threatened. So the energy that comes with meat, if you can guarantee that this animal was treated with love, compassion, and caring, then go ahead, consume it. You're consuming someone's energy. So I encourage you to inquire about your local farmers, check them out. See how they treat their cows, their chickens. Invest in them, help them, because you have the control over it, right? You have the way where you want to spend your money. So why not invest into something that is of more compassionate nature? And of course, it's a fact, meat takes a lot of energy to digest. All right, so number 2, wheat and corn. I lived in Peru last year, and for about a month, most of the foods that I had was quinoa, potato, every single day, and I had so much energy. We went on these massive hikes on highest of altitudes, and I always felt incredible. I had so much energy. When I came back home to Canada, I had my first wheat sandwich, and man, I felt tired. I felt like I needed to take a nap, and I'm thinking, what is going on with this food? So I started to do the research. I started to do muscle testing on various different people, and I realized that actually the wheat that we have today is not the same wheat we had 100 years ago. So it's a completely different commercial product. So again, pay attention, be more mindful, be more conscious. There are so many food choices right now when you don't have to consume wheat specifically, and corn, which was genetically modified. Read your labels, be conscious about it. Number 3, hydrogenated fats. When I was a nursing student, the very first thing we learned about cholesterol and about foods that can actually block your arteries and cause heart attacks. Well, hydrogenated fats kind of come from the same category. Those ones are artificial fats. They can store your food for years without getting spoiled. Now, whatever fancy chemistry this is, but it doesn't sound very healthy. So hydrogenated fats are primarily the cheapest sources of fat. And let me tell you, if they can block arteries, they will block the flow of energy in your body. They will prevent your body from functioning well. They will cause inflammation. They will cause a lot of these vibrational dysfunctions. So choose the fats that are good for your brain, they're good for your heart, they make you feel energized rather than depleted. And finally, commercial sugars. Now, there are good sugars such as honey, which is good for you, and say maple syrup. Those are natural sugars. But the vibrational charge of commercial sugars is insane, such as high fructose syrup, you know, those stuff you put on your pancakes. So there is a data that suggests that if you eat sugars, those processed sugars, or if you consume cocaine, they all interact with the same centers in your brain. It causes addiction, causes brain fog, lack of motivation, lack of drive. Now, is this life where you have to drag yourself out of bed, when every time you need a fix, when you feel like you need energy, you'll reach out and get a cookie with this, you know, high fructose syrup? Now, how is this helping your body to function well? How does that help you to live a normal life? So I am encouraging you simply is to be mindful of the foods that you eat, and whatever you are consuming, do it consciously. Understand that there's certain foods, they are just not good for you. They're draining you. So if you're, say for example, if you are sick, if you're fighting a cold, the first thing your body will tell you, don't feed me, please don't feed me, just give me some water. So if your natural energy right now is low, your best bet is to choose the foods that actually supply you with energy, and I'm going to do a video on that. So be conscious, be mindful, and be well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Just put them in the comments below. Thank you so much for writing to me. Again, I'm so sorry for not being able to get back to you. I just want you to know that it's not humanly possible to answer to every single email, but I'm sending you love. To every single person whose email I receive, I'm sending you blessings, I'm sending you love and prayers, whatever your situation is. So thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for sharing my messages with your loved ones. I'm always here for you. Much love, you guys, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye-bye.